I'm going to walk through Renewal by Andersen's funnel here because there's some really effective things that they're doing. So let's dive into it. First, let's just back up and talk about how I even got to this page. I went on Google and I searched for something like window replacement near me. Obviously, there's a ton of competition, and I landed on the Renewal by Andersen landing page. The first thing that I have to call out here is the simplicity. I love how simple this page is. I'm not being overwhelmed or beat over the head with images. I especially hate, and you see this a ton in home services, when you have those scrolling images going back and forth. That just kills conversion and confuses people. Don't do that. Do what Renewal by Andersen is doing. Have a very simple image that ties back to what the person searched for in the first place, because if it's not relevant, then just forget it. You just lost the click. Anchor them into what they were searching for so they know, yes, I'm in the right place. And that's like 50% of the page or more. Pretty smart. Then beyond that, they keep it simple. They lead in with the offer. And I look at so many funnels and landing pages, and I would say the biggest conversion killer of any offer, of any landing page, of any funnel I look at, is not leading in with a strong offer. People don't do that for some reason, and they wonder why their conversion rates suck. Now, I'm sure Renewal by Andersen's probably testing all different things, but look at what they're doing. They're leading in with take this 4-question quiz to get started with your window and door replacement project. And then if you go down below, here's more of the offer. And they keep it simple. They have some social proof. You don't even have to read this. You just see it, and you instantly know, wow, they're used by 78,000 homeowners. Again, you don't see it, but it registers in the back of your mind. Pretty good psychology there. They give you multiple ways to get in touch. Makes sense. But then here's more of the offer. No money down, no payments, no interest for 12 months, and it's in green. And then check this out. Limited time only. Take the quiz to claim your offer. So it's all about driving people to take the quiz. And you can get to the quiz by scrolling down, or you can get to the quiz by clicking on this button here. Now, this setup here is genius because while most of their competitors are sending their traffic to generic contact forms that say something like get a consultation, what does that even mean? They're actually saying, here's the offer you can get, here's how to get it, complete this form, and we'll let you know if you qualify. Super simple, makes a lot of sense, and they're getting super qualified leads. So let's take a look at this quiz because there's a lot of really interesting things happening inside this quiz. I know a lot of people out there are looking to use quizzes, funnels, multi-step forms, whatever you want to call it, in their pages like this, but they don't know how to implement it, or they don't know the right way to implement it and just go about it backwards. Renewal by Andersen has nailed it with this process, and it's only 4 simple questions. So the first question is, what replacement services are you looking for? This makes a lot of sense because they're basically qualifying you on their product. Do you need windows, doors, or both? Now, there's something weird going on with all this white space. I have no idea what's happening. That would be my biggest complaint, but who knows? Maybe there's some reason for it. I don't know if they're trying to push content down in some weird way, but check this out. All you have to do is choose an option. Then you have to pull your mouse down, which again makes absolutely no sense for someone to do that. But again, there could be some reason for it. Once you click next question, now question 2, super smart. How old are your current windows and doors? So right here, it's all about qualification. I guarantee you that if someone chooses over 20 years, Renewal by Andersen's probably like, this is a red hot lead. Let's call them up and sell them windows because they're probably sitting inside of their house all bundled up, trying to stay warm during the winter. Whereas if someone chooses less than 5 years, they may not actually need windows right now. Maybe they do, but maybe they don't. But the key thing here is that this is all about qualifying the lead. And then once they get this data, think about all of the nurturing they can do behind the scenes to customize the experience. Let's just choose 5 to 10 years. And again, this white space is weird, but we'll just stick with it. The rest of it is great. Third question. I love this question personally, and I bet the sales team does too. What problems are you experiencing with your current windows and doors? There's so many benefits to this question. Benefit number 1, it helps the sales team. I would guarantee you that the sales team probably has insanely high close rates because they probably just lead in with the problem. When they call someone up, they say, oh, I see that you are dealing with high energy costs. We can get your costs lower by installing your windows. Here's what you could save. Or I see that you're having major problems with drafts. We can make sure that you stay nice and warm in the winter. Those are the different follow-up scenarios that this question arms the sales team with. The second huge benefit is the segmentation in the CRM. All of this data can get piped into the CRM, and then they can cater their follow-up to the actual pain points of their customers. Again, super smart, and whenever you're building out a funnel, quiz, or multi-step form like this, I always recommend having a problem step because it can be absolutely game-changing for close rates alone. The sales team probably loves this. Let's see what happens when you click next. Another interesting question. And one more thing about the problem step that I forgot to mention, just having somebody note their problems before you have them submit their contact details is a great way to boost conversion rates because you're basically reframing the whole thing in their head and getting them to think about their problem. And if somebody thinks about their problem before you ask them for something, they're going to be more likely to give you that thing that you're asking for, which in this case is about to be the contact details. Now this question, they're just trying to get a better sense of what features the prospect is looking for. And I'd imagine that this probably helps them qualify deal size and just get a better understanding of the opportunity. Then once you click continue, check out their contact form. They're not saying enter your contact details or give me your first name, last name, and email address. They're reframing this and they're saying claim your offer. So I personally have noticed that on a contact step, if you can find a way to reframe it and position it as the offer, you're going to see conversion rates go through the roof. And the huge mistake that I see people make with their contact forms and lead quizzes and funnels, they always just say, enter your contact details. That's boring. You're asking for too much. Skew the value and make the prospect feel like they're actually getting something. Now, I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff that happens beyond this. I'm real tempted to submit this form and kind of see what all the follow-up looks like, but I don't feel like getting blasted with a bunch of follow-up right now, so I'll save that for another time. I hope this was helpful. So if you're looking at this and you're like, hey, this is really cool, I would like to try to implement something like this for my business or for my client, head on over to Lead Capture.io, complete the demo form, and I'm happy to walk you through how we can help you set up a really slick funnel just like this to help get you higher conversion rates, drive in more leads, decrease your CPLs. I'll show you how to set it all up, and I'll even personally help you out. Head on over to leadcapture.io.